What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Yes, Lord, and welcome to the 2025 off-season. We're pretty much gonna do all the off-season work, the behind the scenes of what it takes to stay on top and rebuild this program. And the first thing first, we're gonna congratulate the Michigan Wolverines on a heck of a season. As you all know, we did suffer that brutal loss in the college football national championship game. It's gonna sting. It's gonna sting. Just like the year before when we lost to Oregon 10-3. Hey, Michigan, you are on our radar. Coming for your head. Any team that beat us, we will be coming for you. Best believe that. But that was last season. We're looking ahead into the offseason. We're expecting big things at Western Kentucky. And let's dive right in it with the players leaving. So we only got one player that's possibly going to transfer out of here, and that's Mr. Rodney Newsom Jr. He's a left guard, a junior. Everybody else is pretty much graduating. Mr. Upton Stout is projected to go in the third round. I see you, young fella. Hey, I hate LT didn't get a shot. That boy stepped up and had a big senior year. The tight end, Mr. River Helms, I just knew he was going to enter the draft. That boy is projected go in the 5th round. A lot of key names that are leaving. Mr. Jalen Hampton, Mr. A.B. Anthony, Mr. Willer, that boy had a couple sacks. Mr. T.J. Finley is leaving, the backup quarterback. Mr. Kent Robinson, he was a pretty good corner, made big plays. Mr. DeMarco Williams, I'm going to miss that boy. Always came up, laid that lumber. Mr. Virgil Marshall, he was an interception waiting to happen. I'm going to miss you. And Mr. Wesley Horton, probably one of our best offensive linemen. And he's leaving. Oh, man, it's going to be tough. But that's pretty much, we're going to see if we can get Mr. Rodney to stay. His reason for leaving is playing style, and we have a D. Our chance to persuade is high, but our grade is a D. Let's see. Mr. Rodney has decided to stay. Probably was your best choice, my guy. I appreciate you for staying. You're going to see the field this year, despite the playing style. We're going to advance the week. By the way, before we jump into the transfer portal and the offseason recruiting and the draft results, your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers are currently ranked number 2 in the nation. Let's give it up for Coach Jackson and the whole Western Kentucky Hilltoppers college football team. And with that being said, let's check out these draft results. See what these boys did. Mr. Upton Stout actually went in the 2nd round. He was projected to go in the 3rd. My first 2nd round pick. Oh my God. That's big time, ladies and gentlemen. Big time. The boy gonna be making plays. Can't wait to see you in Madden 26. Mr. River Helms, he was projected to go number 5. It actually went number 4. Okay, Coach Jackson, producing talent, NFL talent. 2nd year in a row. We done had 2 or more players get drafted. Now, this is what we came for. The transfer portal. The off-season recruit. It's time to build, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to build. Our current recruits right now, Mr. Billy, a man-to-man cornerback. Mr. Jason, a defensive tackle. Mr. Mario, he's a rear end. Mr. Brett, strong safety. Mr. Conrad, right guard. Darrell, big tight end. Mr. Derek, top running back. Mr. Lee, I'm hoping he's going to be a problem. Can't wait to see him. Mr. Cortez, bringing in another top wide receiver. That boy is 6'4". We got Mr. Alton, a center. Mr. Zach Frog, he's an athlete. See what he's going to be. Mr. Morgan, Brad, another center. And a couple more guys to round it out. But we're going to hop in that portal, though. See who wants to come here. Nobody. Nobody in the transfer portal want to come here? All the 2-stars. Are you kidding me? I was expecting something big. How you go from winning or making it to the national championship game and don't nobody want to transfer to your school? That's crazy. Let's stick with me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try my best to sort out and find some talent. We got 4 weeks to wrap up the recruiting, so stay tuned. I'll update you on the recruiting board once I'm done. And we pretty much got the recruiting board filled up. We got 30 targets on our board. So like I said before, we are going to be very aggressive this year. I feel like this is going to be the turning point. Going into year 3, I want to make sure I check all the check boxes that we need to address all across our field. We're going to be deep. We too deep. Yes, I want to be deep in every position. No did it. Where we live in, man. Where we live in. So we got the first week out the way. let's advance to week 2. See who's going to commit to Western Kentucky. Mr. Andre Prince out of Lakeland, Florida, for right end. Mr. Lamar, a middle linebacker out of Pensacola, Florida. We got them dogs coming in, boy. Anytime you get somebody out of Pensacola, Florida, hey, you know you got something special. Mr. Jason Norwell, middle linebacker out of Draper, Utah. Shout out to Les Barbecue. If you're in Draper, hey, give my guy a shout out. Give him a check out. Some of the best barbecue oxtail in the business. Shout out to Les Barbecue Sandwiches. And we're right back to week 2 of the recruiting. We had 3 guys to commit. Mr. Andre Prince, right in. He's a gem. I'm expecting big things out of that boy. We got Lamar, he's a run stopper. And Mr. Jameson, he's also a middle linebacker. The defense is going to be buff. And I'm just going to run down the list real quick, make some adjustments to the recruiting. Stay tuned. All right, we added some more players to the recruiting board. We're not going to add any more. We're just going to home in on these guys. Got a total of 29 recruits. If we can manage to get all of them, which we already have majority of them, that'll be pretty good, solid class. I like what I got so far on the board. If I could get these guys, hey, gonna be a game changer. We're gonna advance to next week. We got Mr. Markel, the right outside linebacker. Another Florida player from West Palm Beach. Mr. Jaden Steen, right tackle. East Lansing, Michigan, still in the running. We're in week 3, 2 more weeks until we wrap up the offseason and dive back into the transfer portal. We're adding 2 more guys to a heavily talented recruiting class. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 recruits that's committed to come and play for Coach Jackson and the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. We're trying to build onto that number, and I think we're pretty much gonna close in on all these guys, mate. All right, so we got a handful of guys scheduled to visit. Not gonna make any more changes. We're gonna advance to the final week of the off season. It's gonna come down to this right here. See who's gonna commit to Western Kentucky. Mr. John Rambo out of North Palm Beach, Florida, wide receiver. We're gonna dive right back into the transfer portal in the off season. This is gonna be the final week to make all changes to the recruiting board. I think Mr. Rambo makes number 19th recruit of the year. If I would have to guess, I will say all these recruits pretty much commit to WKU and Coach Jackson. Right now we're sitting at number 20. Well, we have the number 20th ranked class in college football. It's not too bad. Not too bad. And this is going to be the last week of off-season recruiting. We're going to see who commits to Western Kentucky. We got Mr. Dion Head, the free safety out of Louisville or out of Illinois. We got Mr. Braden Bullocks, middle linebacker. We got Mr. David, the tight end out of Abilene, Texas. Mr. Jimmy Council out of Tampa, Florida, another wide receiver. Mr. Bashawn Isaac, right end out of Michigan. Mr. Gideon, free safety out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Mr. Tremaine Bigsby, Lake Charles, Louisiana. Probably gonna be a good running back right there. Mr. DeAndre Sills, quarterback out of Henderson, Nevada. I wanted to bring in some more quarterbacks just to stiffen up that QB room. Nobody's job is safe, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's job is safe. And we're gonna take a look at National Signing Day. Here's the final look at your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers recruiting class. And it is loaded, ladies and gentlemen. It is loaded. I told you pretty much everybody was gonna commit to our team. Mr. Tevin Chance, that's another quarterback that I have high hopes for. Quarterback room is gonna be, I think it's gonna be heavy. I got 3 freshmen coming in. Even though I'm counting on Mr. Lee Franks, hey, the door is gonna be wide open, especially with Caden entering his senior year. That job is gonna be up for grabs. Got 3 running backs coming in as well. Mr. Derek Hay looks to carry it away, but who knows? Adding 3 more receivers in the receiving room. We got 2 tight ends coming in. Definitely gonna need them right away. 1 right tackle, 1 right guard, 2 centers, 4 defensive end. Ain't no telling where they gonna end up at. We're gonna move them around. We got 1 defensive tackle. He's gonna be a problem, Mr. Jason. Got 1 outside linebacker, Mr. Markel. We got 3 middle linebackers coming in. think we're thin at the left outside linebacker spot. We got one cornerback, which we definitely gonna need to address that problem next year as well. 2 free safeties, 1 strong safety. We got 1 kicker, and we got a handful of athletes. But you've already seen those guys, so pretty much we're gonna see where they end up. We did finish out with the number 19th recruiting class in the nation. We definitely want to improve in that. Want to get it at least in the top 10, but the top 25 is fine with me. I'm not complaining at all. This is a 100% improvement from year 1. We're gonna take a look at position change, see who we're gonna move around. Mr. KD, I don't know what I want to do. I can't tell you that boy is an All-American. I don't know if I should leave him at running back or put him back at receiver. Mr. Lee Frank, that boy definitely is coming in, ranked with an overall of 75. He's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. Got Mr. Tucker Parks, sophomore. And you got JD Tapp and Dennis Jordan. Those two probably will never see a field again, and they probably won't even be on the roster for next year. That running back class, those 3 freshmen, what I'm probably gonna do is move KD back to receiver and let Mr. Derek Hay come on, step in, and start his career off as a freshman. The wide receiver room is stacked. Mr. Antoine Johnson, Marvin Sims, Timmy Smith, Cortez, the freshman. Hey, woo, we looking good. So unfortunately, they got KD. Best position is gonna be running back, and I'm gonna leave him there. All right, so we really didn't make any big roster changes or position changes. Kind of kept everything exactly how it was, outside of moving maybe some middle linebackers to left outside linebacker and moving some left outside linebackers to right outside linebacker. That's pretty much the only thing that I did. I think I switched a wide receiver to a tight end, which turns out to be a great move. Mr. Darren James, he was a freshman wide receiver last year. He actually got redshirted. He's a big body tight end, or he was a big body wide receiver. 6'5", he's definitely gonna have to get some weight on him. 197 is not gonna do it. But he's definitely gonna open up the passing game when we go spread wide receiver playing tight end. But we do have Mr. Darrell Stokes. He's a freshman, 6'5". We're gonna advance to next week. And we have 2 on our weekly to-do list. We got training results. We're gonna take a look at that real quick. We're gonna go through each position and look and see who improved. Mr. Caden is a 90 overall. The change of direction improved. Throw on the run improved. And that was pretty much it. Some of the backup quarterbacks, they did improve. Mr. Tucker Parks, Dennis Jordan, and Mr. J.D. Tapp. On the running back side, Mr. KD. Boy's a 92 overall right now. And you got the red shirt freshman, Ty Haynes. That boy jumped up to an 80 overall. Oh, it's finna get ugly in that backfield, folks. We don't have any fullbacks. The wide receiving room, as expected, Mr. Eason, he's an 81 overall. Mr. Antoine Johnson, the sophomore, he's a 81 overall. Boy has a 94 speed and a 92 acceleration. Mr. Timmy Smith Jr., he's at a 79, 96 speed, 92 overall. Mr. Marvin Sims. Wide receiver room is not bad at all. 2 80s, 5 Cs. Hey, that's some depth right there, folks. On the tight end side, Mr. Darren James went up to a 76. That boy's speed is a 90. He's gonna be a problem. A nightmare matchup. Oh, look at that offensive line. We got some 80 overalls, 83, 81. 79, Mr. Rodney Newsom. We convinced him to stay. He's gonna finish his senior year up here. Got a senior center. He's an 80 overall. Mr. Brandon Truman, or it's an 84 overall. Oh my God, that offensive line might be. Hey, boy, got something to prove this year. Got the sophomore, Mr. Brad. That's a 73 overall. On the defensive side, Deontay McCray leads the way on the left end with an 81 overall. But that boy got some pressure behind him. Got a sophomore, Mr. Harper. They got another senior, Mr. Reed. That freshman is going to be a problem right there, Malcolm Pandy. On the right side, we don't have anybody because we have 4 freshmen and they don't train. Only the guys that's been here for at least 1 year. The defensive tackle, Mr. Max Locke, leads the way with a 79. Mr. CJ Cage is right behind him, 78. We got 2 redshirt freshmen. Looking pretty solid right there. Left outside linebacker, Mr. Zachariah Mims, a menace. He leads the way with a 77 overall. followed by Kyron Hayward with another 77. And Mr. Darius Thomas, you saw him a lot last year making a lot of plays. That boy done slid in the depth chart. Coming in at middle linebacker, you have the freshman Alex Piero. I don't know if I said that right, but that boy leads the way with an 82 overall, 93 speed, 88 acceleration. I don't think he played any last year. Matter of fact, I know he didn't because he was a red shirt. And that boy took Miller Malone's spot. It's about to be some trouble in the city. On the right side, you got Mr. James Rashid. The boy's coming in at an 80 overall. He's also a red shirt freshman. Those red shirt freshmen are the guys that I recruited my first year. And who would have thought them boys are finna make a big impact. Mr. Dom Wilk coming in at a 75. The cornerback, Mr. Nazir Ward, is gonna be the man to go to. He's at an 84 overall, followed by Antoine Alexander. That boy played big in the college football playoffs. Had him 2 big interceptions in back-to-back games. Coming in at an 80, Miles Friend coming in at a 77. We do got the freshman cornerback, which is going to slide right behind Antoine. Free safety, Mr. Sergio McCullum coming in at an 80 overall, followed by Rodney with a 73. And Mr. Tate comes in at an 80. The kickers, oh, that boy's looking pretty good. 82 overall, 89 kicking power, 87 kick accuracy. Hopefully we don't have to kick a lot of field goals, but when we get in position, I'm going to take the 3 because I can do it. And punter, Mr. Ethan, coming in at a 76. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for the training results. Hey, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers going to be an exciting year, and it's only going to get better, ladies and gentlemen. Only going to get better. I'm going to upgrade myself really quick. All right, and we're going to advance to next week. All right, so let's see if we need to encourage some players to transfer really quick. We are not over the limit, so therefore we really don't have to encourage anyone to transfer. My quarterback room deep. Mr. Tucker, pretty much going to encourage you to transfer, my guy. You're a sophomore, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 freshmen. They'll see the field before you ever do. That's tough right there. Mr. JD Tap, unfortunately, my guy, I don't know. Yeah, if Caden go down, I'm gonna go to Mr. Dennis Jordan, and if he goes down, then I will be left to bring somebody from the freshmen. Running back, I'm gonna keep everybody. Pretty much gonna red shirt everybody. Well, red shirt Mr. Zach and Tremaine Stephen Core. Ooh, we are eat. Mr. Jalen Hampton, go find you a new home. Mr. Cameron Flowers, they say you're shifty, but you're going to have to go somewhere else and show that. And I'm pretty much keep everybody else. And we're going to advance the week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now entering the 2025-2026 football season. It is year 3. Can you believe it? We are 3 years in. Coach Jackson is coming off a heartbreaking college football national championship loss. That's right, we lost. Wasn't even a close game. We got beat down. They was yelling, beat, beat, beat. You better go start the bus. They was yelling that in the 3rd quarter. But hey, we went through an off season. I feel like we got 100 times better. And if you don't believe me, well, guess what? The voters of the top 25 do. Your Western Kentucky Hilltoppers are coming into the season ranked number 6 in the nation. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Coach Jackson. Man, since he signed that contract, it's been nothing but great things happening here. The culture is changing, the atmosphere. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to leave it out all on the field. The fans are behind us, the community. Hey, the NLI deals, they're coming in. So who don't want to be a part of it? I don't know. If you made it this far, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. And don't forget to click that bell. That way you are notified of all the upcoming videos here on the channel. This is Coach Jackson. We're about to kick off season 3. And I'm excited. We made it to the college football playoffs in the first 2 years. Year 1, we lost in the first round to Oregon by 3. Year 2, we managed to make it to the championship game, only to get beat down by the Michigan Wolverines. We took advantage of the off season. We're shifting our focus to a new season. Man, it's exciting. I got goosebumps. But this is gonna do it for this episode. The off season. It's a new season. A blue season. What you gonna do season. I got players ready to make plays, ready to get paid. Who's here and who's gonna stay. And if you're on our schedule, you better get out the way, because the Hilltoppers are here to stay. Coach Jackson, what you gonna do when we come for you? Tune in.